championship.
Behind on the cards, presumably the champion comes through in the championship round.
Billy Joe Saunders just saved his career. Bruh.
Incredible.
You want to talk about some scary shit? Listen, I'm fucking here falling asleep. So Billy Joe Saunders is fighting on the opening of the KSI versus Logan Paul 2 main card. Like, he's the first fight. So he's been talking all this shit all week about how, like, he wants to put on the show for all the fucking teeny boppers, the fucking fucking 13 or 25-year-old fans of KSI and Logan Paul. There, basically, it's been a lot of pandering going on tonight, and it's been sickening. But however, me being me, I understand the business of it. But it's like, yo, okay, I get it. You would have to watch the broadcast to understand what I'm saying. So, what happened tonight? Was Billy Joe Saunders headhunting from round one? You know, did he overlook Marcelo Coceres? I think so. I don't think that he was that good. I think that he wanted to put on the show, and he wasn't being Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders has got the move.
He certainly did.
You know, he's got some move, but listen, he needed this knockdown. This shit saved his career. I can't wait to see the cards. But one thing for sure is his punches were crisp. It's just that he was getting hit a lot. And it wasn't a boring fight. You know, like some people may be trying to say on social media. It just was, you know, Billy Joe Saunders just was, you know, like not looking like a star, a guy that Eddie Reynoso, the trainer of.
At this right uppercut, and boom, right on the chin, down goes Coceres, and we can see in the back.
My bad, I didn't even know they were still talking.
Diamante, oohing and ahhing as well.
The ring announcer. It's always fun to watch the people in the crowd's reaction, and this came out of nowhere. No one arguing with this stoppage. 3 knockdowns in a round. Billy Joe Saunders, KO number 14, win number 29.
Also, a lot of fans are going to be talking about that holding behind the head. But, you know, I still think that Billy Joe Saunders, if he's Billy Joe Saunders with the movement, can give Canelo some problems. But yet, what's going to happen when he gets hit? You know, Coceres was tagging him up. By the way, he's going to get more fights. Like, the sky's the limit for Billy Joe. He can get fucking Colin Smith. He can get Danny Jacobs, Demetrius Andrade, the big one, Canelo, Golovkin.
Number 11, your winner by knockout. He's still undefeated.
I can't wait to see those scorecards.
Super middleweight champion of the world.
Can't wait.
Billy Joe Saunders.
Let's listen to that interview. Hear what he has to say. Eddie damn near shit his pants.
Champions step it up in the championship rounds, 11 and 12, and that's exactly.
It turned into a barn burner for a second. Both of them were fighting in the inside. The crowd was on their feet. Not what we're used to seeing when it comes to Billy Joe Saunders. He's more of a matador in there, picking his opponents apart behind a jab, but he had to fight and gut this performance out, which he did. And it was the uppercut and the right hook that finally did it, finally closed the deal. Getting the knockout, the technical knockout in the 11th round.
Let's send it in now to Chris Mannix, who's with our winner.
Well, Billy Joe,
I want to see those unofficial cards.
You defend your title, you make your U.S. debut, but I can't imagine this was how the script was for this fight.
No, you know, first of all, I have to thank God, thank my team, thank the zone, thank all the American fans for coming out, my MTK, my management, and this man inside me, Eddie Earn. Look, there's no excuse. That performance is not worthy the Canelos, the Jacobs, and the other big names. I came here 5 days before, I'm not making excuses, but I knew in my own heart from round 9 I have to get this man out of there. I thought I have to get him out because my timing were off, my head movement were off, everything were just off tonight. It's one of them nights. I won, but you know, I wanted to impress the American crowd. I hope you enjoyed the knockout because that's the only thing I can give you tonight, so thank you very much.
Your promoter, Eddie Hearn, told me as he walked into the ring, you've been sick for the better part of the last 2 weeks. How are you feeling physically entering this fight?
I had I had a bit of a chest, you know, a bit of a cough. Listen, I'm not the one for excuses. I wasn't 100% tonight, but it just shows you what fighting mentality I got to come down knowing in my own head, thinking, you know, this is tight here. I need to knock him out. From round 9 in my own head, you know, I said to, you might have heard me say to Dominic in the corner, look, just be calm, because I knew when I wanted to do it, I needed to let him gas. This is the experience I've had coming through. I've had these sort of fights before where I've got to let him gas the south out, then attack. If I didn't get him out of there, then probably I was spent. But listen, tonight I've got the win, and I just got to thank all the American fans and continue following me, because that's far from the best of me.
Your trainer did say, I think it was after the 8th or 9th round, you've got to win these final few rounds. What was your sense of urgency like going into that 11th round?
Listen, I've been in big fights, so I knew to stay calm. You know, people might have thought, oh, you know, he's taking this a bit slow, but as being a champion, you know when to step on the gas. So, and I knew I had to step on the gas at some point, but it had to hit that button at the right time, because if I didn't, that's the difference between winning and losing.
Take me through that 11th round. What kind of shots were you landing that made the difference against Coceres, who stood up to some of your punches for most of the night?
Yeah, I mean, look, I could see he was wearing down. I felt my size, and I just felt I was kidding and fainting on my feet. I thought, right, let's make him miss a couple. So I was making him miss by just an inch. But then I was just trying to find that right hand, that left hand over the top. And in the midway through, I caught him with it looping behind the ear, and I knew I see him do a dance, and then I put two together, and I knew once he went down once, I knew that was it. I was finishing him.
You said this performance wasn't worthy of a Canelo, but you are a candidate to potentially face Canelo next year. Do you think that you earned that opportunity tonight?
Canelo Alvarez, listen, if you want to become 4-weight world champion, you're not 4-weight, you're only 3, because you wasn't the super WBA champion. Take me while you think I'm spent. Take me now, because you know, this is the time to take me next. I want Canelo Alvarez, and to give the fans a big fight. Win, lose or draw. Canelo Alvarez, you're a great fighter. I respect you. You've done good things for boxing. And, you know, I just want to say, as I'm making my American debut, I want to say a big rest in peace to Patrick Doe, who passed away in the sport.
Congratulations, Billy Joe.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
Classy stuff there.
Want to see those
Billy
scorecards.
Joe Saunders.
Let's see if they show them.
Never celebrate till it's over. Coceres, at the end of round 10, was hugging and kissing everybody in the corner. He was so happy. I think he got overconfident, Sergio. As we take a look at our CompuBox numbers for that fight, jabs, it was BJ Saunders all night long, but power punches, Marcelo Coceres came to fight. He threw 570 total punches, landing 99. Up next, Devin Haney and Alfredo Santiago.
I really want to see the scorecards. I will make sure that I pause before we end this video to go check them out. So yeah, you know, you think that Canelo going to pick Billy Joe Saunders now? That he could? You know, right now, the fights that can be possibly made, and we're talking about in-house fights. We're not talking about Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, because unfortunately, I don't see those fights happening. He could fight Callum Smith. He can fight new to the division, the winner of Chavez Jr. or Danny Jacobs, who wins that fight. Demetrius Andrade, Gennady Golovkin, and if Canelo picks him, Jamal Charlo, well, you know, it ain't happening. You know, but he's got to have a big fight, man. He's been getting momentum, losing it, getting momentum, losing it. I've been covering Billy Joe Saunders, by the way, for years now. I started covering him when he knocked out Tony Hill in round 1. The only fights I missed of his was Matthew Hall and the Charles Adamu fight, because that fight wasn't televised, the Adamu fight. And I think Matthew Hall, I think I was working or some shit. I'm pretty sure I was working. I was at Fridays. Pretty sure. But yeah, man, it's tough to see him go through these ups and downs. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a little pause, and I'm going to go look for the scorecards. I'll be right back. Nope, nobody uploaded the scorecards yet, so unfortunately we won't be able to see them. But I'll upload them in the description box, or post them down in the description box if anybody wants to see them, if I do get them. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.